do have Resolution 2019-54, resolution approving the issuance of a special permit for a social affair at St. Philip's St. James School.
I'll make a motion to adopt all the remaining resolutions under the consent agenda.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giraldo?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Folker?
Yes. Regarding 2019-54, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, since I did ask for it to be pulled, Council, I just want to remain consistent. I have voted against alcohol at every social event, and I would like to remain consistent. So that is why I asked for it to be pulled. My vote this evening will be no. It's in no way a reflection of the St. Philip and St. James School nor the event. However, again, everyone knows my stance on alcohol by now. Councilman Lutz, do you have anything?
No, I don't. I apologize. That just slipped me. I just totally forgot about it.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just wanted to be.
I read the resolution and everything, and it just didn't click. Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry, not at all. Councilman Davis.
I have no comments.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo.
No comments.
Council Vice President.
I'm good, sir.
Roll call vote, Lori.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giraldo?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
As Bobby said, I'm going to say consistent with me. I'm going to say no.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
No.
And Council President Folker?
I am a no. 2019-54, does that fail? Is that 3-2?
Yes.
Old business. We have
No, Council President, I think we have two other resolutions that we need to dispose of.
Oh, I apologize. So 54 and 59. Yes.
55, 56.
You just did, right?
The budget resolutions you voted on separately.
2019-55.
Right.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giraldo?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Folker?
Yes. Resolution 2019-56, motion to approve. I'll motion.
Second?
Is there discussion? Any discussion? There being none, roll call.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giraldo?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
And Council President Folker?
56 passes, yes. Okay, now we have old business, and I am going to defer for ordinances 2019-03 and ordinances 2019-04 to the sewer subcommittee. Do you still wish for these items to be tabled? Is that your recommendation?
I do not. I'd like to untable them and vote on them.
So you're making a motion to untable?
Councilman Davis, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I can't debate a motion to table.
I asked if she was making a motion. I don't know if she...
I didn't make
Oh,
the
sorry.
motion yet.
There's no motion for it.
There's no motion.
There's
I'm
no
not sure,
motion,
yeah.
so I didn't know if you wanted to comment before I make the motion.
No, I think it would be order to debate if we did bring it forward. I don't have any additional information for us to move this at this time, though.
Thank you, Councilman. So the motion.
I will motion on table.
Is there a second? I'll second for you, Councilwoman. Ordinances, so this is for ordinance 2019-03 only. Ordinance 2019-03, there's a motion on table. It's been first and seconded. Roll call.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo.
Yes.
Councilman Lutz.
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh.
Yes.
Council President Folker.
Yes, ordinance 2019-03 has successfully been untabled. Can I get a motion to pass ordinance 2019?
Would you speak against it? Councilman Davis says I shouldn't introduce it.
I will introduce it for you, Councilwoman. I will make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh,
There's a motion and a second. Discussion. Councilwoman?
So we did speak about this at the budget introduction. The crux of what our understanding is that a large portion of this was to cover salaries. And I am highly opposed to bonding for salaries. I did speak with the town engineer at length regarding both of these. He is quite comfortable that these improvements are being made by current DPW staff. He's satisfied with the work. What I didn't realize is the work is all being overseen by the town engineer or someone from his office. We are currently in a position where, due to the construction up at the I-78 park, we're in a position that should an emergency exist, the people up at Bridge are able to come down rather than calling out for an emergency service that typically, Stan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is upwards of $20,000 in some instances. Is that the number we talked about? If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. We had an incident on Stockton Street where they did actually kill the contractor up there.
Patillo, thank you.
When you set up for emergency services, that contractor will come out with all the equipment he possibly can to try to address the emergency. You pay yearly for that. In this situation, they're right in the street. We can say what has to be done. So as long as they're there,
Can you use the microphone?
the coverage in that regard.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Be no more yelling from the crowd. I appreciate that.
Yeah, a little closer now. I feel we have a little bit of coverage, for lack of a better word, for a period of time. And I'll say this too. We did. Mike Textoris works with me, one of my colleagues who's been working with us on these sewer issues, and we're really quite pleased at the effort that's made by Public Works Department. They've really stepped up. They're being very, very proactive. They're looking for problems. We're trying to address some problems ahead of time, but the issue remains that we don't understand what the complete system is. So some of the expense we may want to look at is a purchase of a camera truck. Now we're going to need one way or another. We still need that vehicle. Public Works was able to have their jet vac repaired. That was one of the items that we had, large ticket items. We've got to have that repaired for, I believe, under $10,000. That's working fine. So we can, I believe, move forward with the inspections and the repairs. We can tell the DEP that we're actively involved. So we were facing NOV for not maintaining the system or looking to maintain the system, only being reactive. However, there are major concerns with the Riverside pump station, and this EIT loan might help us address that. So before you continue with that, I'd like to get some more information on the Riverside pump station. It's come to our attention. We've been looking at that. We've been submitting monthly reports. I don't know how if they get down to you. We started sending to mayor and council now also. But the Riverside pump station does have repairs that have to be done. I'd like to look at that. Maybe that could be part of the IT at this point. So I will get that information to you.
That would fall under the sewer piece of this? Would that fall under the sewer?
Yes, absolutely. That's part
Not the
of,
storm?
yeah, that's part of the
Portion?
that's all part of the collection system. there's cross connections between the sanitary and the storm, that's why that number's in there.
Okay.
And also, under our MS4 permit for stormwater discharge, there is mapping that has to be done that we don't have yet. We'll have to be eventually putting all of our inlets on a GIS database, and that can help with that also. Okay.
Is that part of the mapping we passed already?
You did pass, that was part of the tax mapping, although a contract.
Just hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet. And we're getting into the season too, where I could put an intern out there. We could even hire some summer help to be able to help map that.
Save money, yes.
Stan, before you walk away, was your recommendation to still table the $1.3 million bond?
Yes, and I'd like to sit with the committee. I haven't had that opportunity to do that and discuss the detail of that.
So we have two of them before us.
Let's table a vote, please.
Oh, okay.
So it's still bonding for salaries though, right?
Yeah, we're looking at a different option for that at this point. So we're using existing public works crews now to be able to utilize the camera truck. And I don't know the exact way that's written out for bonding for salaries or not, but we did hire some new people down there right now.
I didn't.
We did.
Well, Steve Davis is working with the crews anyhow. So
Steve Davis.
I think we should all sit down in committee and discuss that.
Royal?
The Royal year.
Okay, so I would then defer to Councilwoman. How does this affect the budget? Did the mayor place this in the budget?
No,
The bond? He did not.
he did not.
Okay, so he did not put this in the budget, and we're looking at two $1.3 million bonds. One,
It is missing from the 17 million proposed here.
it's not included at all.
No, it is not.
And the other thing, if I may ask,
Yes, sir?
is the 5 employees that were supposed to be hired for this, that's $238,000. That they're hired now, but the increase in wages didn't go up at all for the
No, it didn't.
workers, so I don't know where he's getting the money. Plus, if this is done, are those 5 workers done?
Yeah, it sounds like me.
That's the other question that I have.
And you're financing their salary for what you said was 4 years, correct?
We don't. That wasn't answered. And Stan can't answer that, so. What I did know was initially just hearing it was going to salaries, I wasn't out, but having Stan say he has a high comfort level in the Department of Public Works, being very focused on this work, the work getting done, it's being high quality.
Well, we don't have it, we're not paying it, right? Like, I mean, we're not paying it currently because we don't have it, so
I don't know how you're paying for the salaries down there.
I don't.
I'm just wondering if this would be rewritten to include a truck that was necessary as well as the pump station, so that it could be written for what we actually need
Yes,
versus
there's-
continuously tabling $2.6 million that
There's
we
one
know.
more. There's one more factor too. We sent a report to the mayor, whether it came down. The EDA, Economic Development Agency,
Yes,
has a program out now specifically to help economic development areas, which is where that Riverside pump station is. And it's a 50% grant, I believe. That would encourage any developer that could come in to make the infrastructure improvements that are necessary. And certainly that Riverside pump station does not want to be on our new waterfront, at least in the form that it's in. So you remember there was discussion of public-private partnerships in the first part of the year, and this is one opportunity where that could be, we could obtain that loan when a developer comes in, maybe be able to have a 50% discount in it if they're making improvements. That's more discussion as it develops. If you don't have information, I can get it down to you.
Thanks. Before you depart, I appreciate you coming to discuss this with us, and I value your input into the process. I think it would be beneficial to council, because of the scope and the duration of this project. If I recall, it's supposed to take over 3 years, or approximately 3 years for us to complete this portion of the mapping, correct?
That was our initial goal. I don't, there's no specific target dates that are required now from DEP. I think they'll be happy to be informed that we're working on the system now,
Right.
trying to proceed.
My concern is more from the budgetary aspect. I don't feel like I have a thorough enough understanding of what the full scope of the project is going to entail, and I would implore you to work with the mayor's office to create a project plan with distinct milestones, something that we can review at our quarterly SOAR meetings, so we can analyze our original intended budget for this project versus the actual expenditures, as well as the expected milestones based on our understanding of the scope and severity of
No,
our...
we welcome the opportunity to attend one of the SOAR meetings. In fact, I think the last one was canceled.
It was canceled, nobody showed up.
We were here for that, so we...
Except Councilman
Do you
Lutz.
think a document like that outlining the
Absolutely.
expected expenditures and the milestones, I think that would be extremely helpful to me to better understand the
Sure.
scope of the issue. Thank
That's
you.
not a problem at all, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Councilwoman, hearing what the town engineer has to say, what would your recommendation be?
Remain tabled.
Okay, there is now is there a
Motion to
motion?
table.
There's a motion to table 2019-03.
Yeah, you must do.
There was a motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo.
Yes.
Councilman Lutz.
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh.
Yes.
And Council President Butler.
Yes. I imagine you would still like 2019-04 tabled as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
No, I don't need to, we did not table it. So there's also a resolution here to approve prior bond 2019-07, resolution 2019-38A, which was tabled on February 19, 2019.
That goes with the ordinance,
It does. Okay, so it will remain tabled as well?
unless we're untabling 2019-07.
Does anybody wish? No, I mean, all right, my recommendation would be to remain tabled. Does anyone wish to untable ordinance 2019-07?
Do we have a report from the last meeting?
We do, would you like, I believe she would like a report from the meeting that I was in, is that it?
Yes.
Sure, I can give you a report.
Sure.
Nothing happened.
Oh,
So honestly, okay, look, we're broke. And the chief of police handed me a plan for trailers, 10,000 square feet of trailers for the amount of $1.7 million, 1.76, I believe it was. Coincidentally, it's almost the same cost as remediation. If we choose to go with moving the municipal staff to the Corliss Avenue building and the police to the Armory building, you are going to have to bond $3.4 million on top of what the projects would cost. Now, we don't have those cost figures yet. We will, however, hopefully have those cost figures from Stan soon. There is some hesitation with regard to the police officers. They do no longer wish to work in the basement. One police captain, actually the only police captain that was there, had stated that he believed that to be psychological. However, that still does not take away from the fact that the police officers now want to work in the basement. That's their request, not ours. I did ask Stan if he could go ahead and maybe put the locker rooms in the basement, but you know, if it comes down to it, I believe they will work wherever it's clean and remediated. It's going to come down to the numbers. It's going to come down to, the chief did say that he wants to move to the Armory. Then they had said that the fire chief would stay at Corliss. Stan, am I missing anything here at all? Okay. There was a lot of questions back and forth as to how it would occur. You know, they do have one trailer currently on site, but I have to question the need for a 10,000 square foot temporary police station. But I believe that's going to wait for further discussion. Chief Stetner canceled yesterday's meeting because we did not have enough information. He did reach out to me tonight and asked me if we'd be discussing anything in executive session with regard to this, and would I request his presence. I didn't feel the need to request his presence, so I did tell him no. That's all I have. Currently, we are still, I'm concerned because we did receive a report from the unions stating that they wanted to be out in 45 days. And
That's why I'm asking.
well, it feels that there's resistance. There's resistance, Councilwoman. There's resistance from two sides, and I believe, in my personal opinion, the cheapest route would be Corliss Avenue and less on the taxpayers. We just can't give someone a building because that's where they want to go. However, Stan comes back with numbers, and it's cheaper to go to the Armory. We're going to have to figure something out. We're going to have to figure something out soon.
So either way, we have to get the move still, don't we?
Well, they accepted the one trailer outside of the municipal police station.
Is that the one that's there now?
That is that we did appropriate that in the budget. They're happy with that because there are certain officers that don't want to be in the building. There are certain officers that don't have a problem being in the building. I'm confused because we did get a letter, and the letter states they want it out, and they want it out by March 15th. Is that what it was, Council Vice President? Do you remember the date?
That's an approximate date, yes.
I believe it was 45 days from the date of the letter. We got to get them out, but we have to come up with a plan that is both feasible, and practical. You want the
I wanted
mayor's?
them out 2 years ago.
I know.
Can we get them up to Freeman?
Listen, I would ask that you reach out to the mayor and ask him that question. This is something he has to do, and he has specifically told council, looks verbatim, he's not moving anywhere but the Armory.
Well, he's not moving.
You're gonna have to call him, Councilwoman.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with my report, Councilwoman?
It's a report.
It's all I have.
Again, I just want to make sure we're moving. They asked to be out. I want to get them out.
There was no arguing or yelling, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Okay. So we're keeping it table? Okay, let's move forward to orders 2019-02. Ordinance of the Town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 67, Vehicles and Traffic, Section 28, Parking Lots, in the Code of the Town of Phillipsburg, in order to designate certain spaces as veterans parking only. Does anybody wish to untable this?
Is it table, or, because it has on their second and final reading on the,
We never had a first reading, I don't believe.
We had a first reading, it was tabled.
It says second and final.
It was discussed in a work session, it was on table March 5th, and then it was read March 5th, but, and I believe did we pass it?
it says?
No.
No.
So we tabled it, so it currently still tabled, it would be a first reading. Yes, we did table it, and the mayor had subsequently emailed me and asked us to withdraw the ordinance
That's what I thought.
and stated to rewrite it ourselves, and then we would be happy.
I believe those are the words.
The verbatim.
Wasn't the only issue, we just questioned enforcement.
Listen, he doesn't decide what's pulled from the agenda, and quite frankly, I think it's an excellent idea. If you'd like to,
Let's pass it.
quite frankly, I would. I'd also like, I'd like to amend it. I don't know what our purview is. Are we allowed to include the block in front of the Legion? Would that be administration only?
The block and what?
In front of the Legion?
Is it municipal property?
Is,
No.
well, the street.
What?
It's a street.
It's a
Public
street.
street.
We'd have to amend the ordinance to include the meets and bounds of where that area is going to be, designated parking spaces.
So would I send Stan out there to do that?
I think we just have to say,
We can?
you can say the intersections, like
Okay.
between this street and X street.
All right, I would ask council then if we can, let's motion to untable. We can amend it, great, we can amend it now, yes?
If you have specificity as to where you, what amendment you want to make,
Yep.
it's the first reading,
I
so.
don't even have it on me.
Yeah.
Councilman Davis?
So I just reiterate I would rather handle it the next meeting, have everything written out in advance so we can take a look at it and actually give it to the public before we do it on the fly.
Okay. Noted. Is there anyone else that feels the same way Councilman Davis does?
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
I mean, this has been
Full
going
meeting,
on now
yes.
for months, so let's get it done.
So I withdraw my motion to on table, and I will work diligently with council this week to get this done, and hopefully we can pass this at the next meeting. New business, Councilman Lutz, you're up.
I was going to bring this under open time, but I'll bring it under new business. The building down there on Market Street, Chris Cotty's, I'm sorry, but that looks like hell. And we have the bunny train coming in, we have the wine train coming in the summer, and we gave them $135,000 to fix that building, and it's deplorable. The outside, if you go down there, take a right, it's deplorable. The windows, there's no windows in there. I would ask council, if everybody's agreeable, to write him a letter and ask them, the inside doesn't have to be done, let's just do the outside immediately, because it looks like a big eyesore. That's all I had, but I hope everybody will join me.
That's 38 Market, correct?
Oh, yes.
I have no objection, Councilman.
Sure.
I actually did speak to him about that building the last 2 weeks in a row. I've been driving by it every weekend, and I called and said, get windows and siding on that building, or else. And I've driven down every week and called again and said, there's no windows and there's no siding. The siding's ordered, the windows are ordered. So it's up to council if they'd like to send a formal letter, but I did speak to Mr. Cotty. The windows are ordered, the siding's ordered. It should be up in the next 30 days. So
I don't see any, I appreciate the update. I don't see any problem with a letter being sent.
okay.
Council Vice President? You have a problem with the letter?
No, sir.
Okay. Send a formal letter. Councilman, let's get a hold of you. Hey, call Rich tomorrow.
Okay.
Is there anything else, Councilman? Councilman Davis?
No.
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Councilwoman?
2 things. One, I was at the Warren County governing officials, and I did not realize Warren County is a stigma-free county. So they distributed kits to us with a suggested resolution to adopt in your community a stigma-free community. What that means is, I'll read the county statement. The Warren County Stigma-Free Communities Initiative is a countywide program which aims to eradicate the stigma associated with mental illness and substance abuse disorders. So they asked if all the municipalities in the county can also adopt this as an ordinance, and they will provide the collateral that goes along with it. This is what it looks like. I brought packets for everybody. The recommended resolution is in here. So I have one for almost everybody, I believe. So I do have that, so if we consider that for the next agenda. As well as I received a call from the Arts Council, the Phillipsburg area art group. Their initial request was, can we be part of the town? So after talking to them, I think what they were asking was they would like us to put an ordinance in to have an art council, similar to a local board or like recreation commission.
So like an arts committee, something
Like
like
an art
that?
committee, yes, something just for advisory only. So I told them I would look into that. I did find 2 communities that have one, that are similar form of government. So if you don't mind, I will submit that information to council for consideration on
Sure.
next work session.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Council Vice President? Councilwoman May?
I've been keeping an eye on a property in Phillipsburg that when I was on the other side, former council had a habitability hearing on the Star Dollar Cleaners on Irwin Street. I was recently sent some pictures regarding that building continually to fall apart, and a big section of the building had fallen on the westerly side onto the property to the right. Council President, you and I personally have walked around there twice, around the building, I didn't say in the building, but clearly can see through whatever is not boarded up, what's kind of going on there. So, pretty simple. I'm requesting a habitability hearing for the old historic dollar cleaner building, a continuation of how that owner is doing in his progress.
I have no issue with that. Can we? Okay. Yeah, let's like to start a habitability hearing.
We have to send inspection reports.
Right. Do you want to send a letter asking for an update as to what's going on the property, or do you want to see what kind of response you get from that? Or would you rather? Because the habitability hearings, there's title searches that are involved, so it's not hard cost.
So, okay, let's send a letter to Kevin Duddy in hopes that he'll have it done and a report to us before the council meeting next week.
Do you want Lori to relay that information, or do you want me to?
I can see Kevin tomorrow.
Yeah, that's my plan.
So that's the one.
I can see Kevin tomorrow. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
we're requesting Kevin to go out and inspect the property.
Yes, and I'd like a report back before the next council meeting so we can.
No, I know, that's legit.
Okay.
That's next Tuesday.
I'll talk to you offline.
Okay.
We just start out things.
Bye, Kurt.
Bye, thank you.
Kurt writes our stories for the Express Times.
Take a picture of me on the back.
Yeah, I had to break it up a little bit. It was too tense in here.
Still you.
Yes.
I mean, for advanced media, you don't do much about the Express Times anymore around here, okay?
Thanks, Mr.
I'm good, sir.
We could use
Okay.
a newspaper in town.
Okay, no more comments. I do have something as well. Stan, I'd like to, again, revisit the property between Miller Street. It's on Hudson, between Miller and the alley there. The homeowner still is claiming that the plows did in fact remove the curbing, and has photographic proof. So I would really appreciate it if we could take a look at that. And, if it is our fault, and we are at fault, we should replace the curb.
Will do, sir.
All right, thank you. I have nothing else at this time for new business, so we can move forward to public petitions where the public can speak. Come forward, state your name and address for the record. 5-minute time limit.
Bill Timmon, 433 South Main. On the garbage, can we ask the DPW to please put the lids back when they take them off and not throw them down on the sidewalk? And then the wind catch